Hello friends, how are you all? I hope you all are doing great and healthy. Okay, so in the previous class we have discussed about the quantitative tools. So in this class we will discuss about the qualitative ones. Okay, which is these all qualitative tools. Okay, so the first tool is rationing of credit, or it is also known as priority sector lending. Okay, so it is self-explanatory from the heading itself. So this priority sector, first of all, the priority sector refers to those sectors of the economy which may not get timely and adequate credit in the absence of this special dispensation. It is aimed to provide institutional credit to those sectors and segments for whom it is difficult to get the credit. Typically, these are small value loans to the farmers for agriculture and allied activities, micro and small enterprises, poor people for housing, students for education, and other low income group and weaker section of the society. Now let us see that what is the applicable limit and purpose for social infrastructure loan under the priority sector. So for this, bank can loan up to a limit of rupees 5 crore per borrower for building social infrastructure for activities namely school, healthcare facilities, drinking water facilities and sanitation facilities. Okay, in tier 2 to tier 6 centers which are eligible for the classification under the priority sector. Now the second question comes, what is the applicable limit and purpose for loan for renewable energy under priority sector? Okay, we will study one by one. Okay, so this one is for renewable energy. So for this, bank can loan up to a limit of rupees 15 crore per borrower for purposes like solar based power generator, biomass based power generator, windmills, micro hydel plants, and for non-conventional energy based public utility which is street lighting system and remote village electrification are eligible to be classified under priority sector loan under renewable energy. So the next sector which comes is education. So let's see what is the loan limit for the education under the priority sector. So loan to individual for the educational purpose include vocational courses up to rupees 10 lakh irrespective of the sanctioned amounts that are eligible for the classification under the priority sector. Now let's see about the housing. What is the limit for housing loan under this priority sector? So loans to individual up to 28 lakhs in metropolitan city. Okay, which means that who has the population of 10 lakh and above, and loan up to, wait, let me just write it, loan up to 20 lakh in other center for purchase or construction of a dwelling unit per family are eligible to be considered as priority sector provided the overall cost of the dwelling unit in the metropolitan center and at the center does not exceed rupees 35 lakh and 25 lakhs respectively. Okay, now let's see what is included under weaker sections under the priority sector. So the weaker section has been categorized by the government. So it is like this: first is small and marginal farmers, second come artisans, third beneficiaries under the government sponsored schemes such as NRLM, NULM and SRMS. Okay, fourth scheduled caste and scheduled tribe, fifth beneficiaries of differential rate of interest, that is DRI scheme, sixth self-help group, seventh distressed farmers indebted to non-institutional lenders, eighth distressed person other than farmer with loan amount not exceeding rupees 1 lakh per borrower to prepay their debt to the non-institutional lender. Ninth, individual woman beneficiary up to rupees 1 lakh per borrower, 10th person with the disabilities. Okay, now let us see what is PSLCs. Okay, the full form is Priority Sector Lending Certificates. Okay, so the PSLCs are a mechanism to enable bank to achieve the priority sector lending target and sub targets by purchase of these instruments in the events of shortfall. This also incentivize surplus banks as it allow them to sell their excess achievement over targets, thereby enhancing lending to the category under the priority sector. Under the PSLC mechanism, the seller sells fulfillment of the priority sector obligation and the buyer buys the obligation with no transfer of risk or loan asset. Now let's come on to the second tool, which is LTV. It is a small one only. I give you the definition. This is the amount of loan that is given against the fixed value of collateral. Okay, this is very simple. And if I tell you about the full form is loan to value ratio. Third comes moral suasion. Okay, so the moral suasion is just as a request by the RBI to the commercial bank to take so and so action or measures in so and so trends of the economy. So RBI may request commercial bank not to give loans for unproductive purposes, which does not add to the economic growth but increases the inflation. Okay, so this is moral suasion. Fourth come direct action. So this step is taken by the RBI against banks that do not fulfill conditions and requirements. Okay, RBI may refuse to rediscount their papers or may give excess credit or charge a penal rate of interest over and above the bank rate for credit demanded beyond the limit. Okay, so from this our qualitative tools are also finished. All the 5 which we have already, I told you earlier, we have discussed all the 5 now. Okay, so now what we are going to do, we are going to just differentiate between the quantitative and qualitative tools in brief. Okay, so first of all, quantitatives are indirect and qualitatives are, well, let me just write quant and qual. Okay, so first is they are indirect in nature and they are direct. Second, they are general in nature and they are specific. And the last is what you can do, you can give the examples, okay, which we have already discussed. Okay, so this was about the distinction between quantitative and qualitative. So now this chapter is also over, which is monetary policy. Okay, so in the next class we are going to start off with our new unit. Okay, let's see what we start. So thank you guys for watching. I'll meet you in the next class. And also guys, don't forget to like and subscribe to this channel. Okay, I post regular videos. Okay, 1 video per day, 1 or 2 video per day. Okay, so just don't forget to like and subscribe because it gives me very much motivation to make more content for the guys who cannot afford coachings which are highly costly. Okay, so that's all I want to say. Thank you guys, goodbye.